And a flood warning remains in effect for areas along the Boise River. This will most likely be in effect well into next week. The Boise River flowing right now at around 8,000 CFS, or cubic feet per second. When it's above 7,000 CFS, that's when the flood warning shows up. So we are way above that right now. Areas of the Greenbelt right along the Boise River basically remain below, or I should say underwater. I've seen some photos online. Pretty bad in some spots. There are detours to get around those spots of the Greenbelt, but this is going to stay in effect at least into next week. Yes, it's very dry around here, but as you heard a couple minutes ago, it's so warm around here. We're melting snow in the mountains, and of course that runs off into our streams and rivers. And all the rain we saw before this big warm up obviously is what started this problem in the first place. So not going to get any real relief from that over the next 7 to 10 days. It's 55 in Boise right now, pretty mild in most of the Treasure Valley, mid-40s there in Ontario, that's closer to normal. 47 in Mountain Home, 50 in Twin Falls. It's freezing in Stanley, but that's the only area right now in our viewing area that is freezing. Pocatello's at 37, Missoula 44, Casper 41, Denver 45. A couple warm spots mixed in, especially way off to the south and southwest. But really Boise, one of the warmer areas right now. Places like Seattle and Portland now cooling off as a cold front makes its way in from the west and northwest. And that is the same front that will cool us off heading into tomorrow. But ahead of that front, we draw up the warmer air from the south. So we'll still be up around 80 once again for today. Nothing going on in Precision Live Doppler. We have clear skies outside, just a few thin high clouds around the western U.S. Some thicker clouds in Montana, but nothing showing up on radar. Now off to the northwest, this is where the cold front is right now. And normally if there was any moisture to go along with this cold front, we'd see some thick clouds, some heavier showers, possibly even some scattered thunderstorms. And notice we're not really seeing any of that. Some thin high clouds here to the northwest. And that is really it. So this dry but strong cold front moves in from the northwest later on tonight and into tomorrow. We draw up the warm air ahead of it, but we get much cooler and breezier conditions behind the front. And that's what we have to look forward to on Thursday. Low 80s, light winds, so comfortable today, but low 60s and blustery outside heading into tomorrow. And those strong winds will start later on tonight in the Treasure Valley. Now, once this front passes over the Pacific, really nothing going on. So we get right back to that summer-like weather with all the sunshine and the light winds as we head into the end of this week. Here's the setup for today. That cold front by this afternoon making its way basically into northern Idaho. You can see behind it, though, cool Pacific air, breezy, really blustery conditions for the Treasure and Magic Valleys. A little bit of wind into the mountains. But ahead of it, we're tranquil. We're bringing in that warm air from the south. So it's really the same exact forecast as yesterday for today. Barely had to make any changes to it. We're right around 80 degrees in most of the Treasure Valley. We're mostly sunny around here. Not much going on for today. West Central Mountains, this is basically the same forecast as yesterday. Maybe a degree warmer in some of these spots, and really that is it. 78 today around Garden Valley and Idaho City. The Magic Valley now a little bit of, or excuse me, the East Central Mountains first. Light winds up there, low to mid 70s. Cool this morning though in the higher elevations, but really warming up as you can see later on. Light winds in the Magic Valley today, but tomorrow it will be windy down here. 78 today in Gooding, 83 in Burley. Now we're windy in the Treasure Valley tomorrow as well, down to 62 for that high temperature. 70 on Friday, sunny skies. We warm up this weekend. We're in the upper 70s Saturday and Sunday. 80 on Monday, 81 next Tuesday. Wow. Not bad.
I was expecting all 70s. Looks like we got a few days in there creeping up in the 80s.
Yeah, we got a couple 80s, and then tomorrow's the cool day by far.
Okay.
You won't even notice when it hits the 80s. It'll still feel like 70s.
Not at all. All right.